everybody. This is Coach Scott from King Cat Fitness, and today I want to talk to you about metabolism, or how to increase your metabolism, or how to raise your metabolism. The reason this is important because there are a lot of people that are trying all sorts of things to lose weight. I mean, let's face it, America, the world really is fat, most of the world, but mainly America. We're overfed and we're undernourished. And so it's important for a lot of people, especially around this time of the year. People have been thinking since the beginning of the year about losing weight again, more importantly, losing body fat. Well, I want to tell you the very best way that I know of to do that, and that is to actually increase your metabolism. Now, there are a couple of ways to do that, or a few ways. You can do it by buying pills and tablets to actually increase your metabolism that way. Another way to increase your metabolism momentarily or temporarily is to do a lot of cardiovascular activity while you're exercising, while you're working out. Your metabolism will actually increase. And depending on the type of exercise you do, it can be extended for in a long amount of time, sometimes a day, sometimes 2 or 3 days after doing the workout. However, there is a way to increase your metabolism that can make it last even longer, more permanent. And that's this: by increasing the amount of muscle in your body. Now, I've drawn a picture here to basically explain to you the way to do that. Now, to elevate your metabolism, it means that your body burns more calories. Now, if you do it this way and you increase your muscle, the amount of muscle in your body will burn more calories even while it's at rest. When you're sleeping, you'll burn more calories. Now, I want to explain this to you in the simplest way that I can. And the best thing that I can do is to tell you in terms of calorie expenditure and how it actually works. Your body, the muscle in your body, the functions and processes in your body is what burns calories. Okay? Now, the larger the muscle, the more calories you burn. There's 3,500 calories in a pound of fat. So, let's just say, and I'm going to use round numbers for the sake of numbers. Let's say that your body requires 2,000 calories a day. That's usually on most boxes, recipe boxes and things like that. That's the number of calories that you'll notice are what they say is a recommended daily allowance, a 2,000 calorie diet. So let's just say that your body requires 2,000 calories. If you eat or consume over 2,000 calories, any additional calories that your body does not burn get stored, most often as body fat. Now, let's just say that in 3 days, you've consumed 1,000 extra calories a day. Well, in 3.5 days, you've gained a pound of fat, theoretically. Now, here's something that I want to explain to you. Let's just say instead, you were able to cause a deficit of calories to the amount that your body needs. Let's just say that your body, in all of its glory, needs 2,000 calories and you happen to be overweight or have a lot of additional body fat. And let's just say that you consume 1,500 calories a day. Well, if you consume 1,500 calories a day, that's 500 calories that you're short, or that the deficit that you've created. That means in 7 days, 3,500 calories, 500 times 7 days, 3,500 calories would mean that you would lose a pound of body fat. And I say of body fat, that's if you're eating right and if you're getting the right amount of proteins, carbs, and fats in order to be doing this in a healthy way. Now, here's the best way to explain it, and I want to tell you the best way to gain muscle is hypertrophy comes from lifting weights, resistance exercise. Doesn't mean you have to go to the gym. However, this is one of the things that I really want to make clear. Ladies, listen to me. You will not get bulky like a man unless you've got an overabundance of a testosterone in your body if you lift weights or if you do resistance exercise. You must do resistance exercise to build muscle. And I'm not talking about little 2-pound or 5-pound dumbbells. I'm talking about some heavy weight to tax your body to its limits and beyond, to tear down and break down those muscle fibers so when you're recovering, your muscles will actually grow. Muscle is what gives shape. Muscle is what gives you the extra energy during the day to feel like you can make it because your engine is big enough to move your vehicle. And that leads me to my point. Excuse my crude drawings. I've drawn two vehicles here. There's a V8, a big car, has a big engine, a big V8, big block engine. And then here's a car with a 4-cylinder engine. Which of those vehicles do you think burns more fuel? Obviously, it's the one with the bigger engine. Here's what most people's problem are. They've got the big body car, but they've got a small engine. They don't have a lot of muscle mass. So if you've got a small engine and a very large car, not only does that engine struggle along and you're more tired and you're more exhausted all the time and you're having issues, you're not burning a lot of gas. So their engine is small. So what ends up happening is you go from being in a big body car to where if you keep putting gas in that car, but the engine does not burn like it's supposed to, you go from a car to a minivan, from a minivan to a truck to a bus. You've got this big body with this small engine. Now, here's some things that work against you. A lot of people try to lose a lot of weight, and the main thing they'll do is they'll start doing a lot of cardio, and they'll run, and they'll run, and they'll run. You ever notice that people that do a lot of running, a lot of marathons, and there's nothing wrong with running per se. I don't particularly do it because of some of the other things that it could do to your body. I believe in good brisk walking better because it's less injurious to your body, especially as we get up in age. However, let's forget about that. That's another video. If you do too much cardio, you may notice that you're losing weight. Oftentimes you're losing, though, a lot of muscle. Because when you do a lot of cardio, but you're not getting the nutrients and things and doing that resistance exercise that causes muscle hypertrophy or muscles to grow, you end up wearing down the body. You'll burn some fat, but most often your body will burn some fat, any kind of carbs and things like that that you use to get that energy, but then your body will also lose muscle. Here's why. Carbohydrates and low carb diets are the same way. You do a lot of low carb diets, your body loses water and most often muscle. And here's why. The preferred energy source that your body wants, and this should probably be in another video, but I can't leave it alone. The preferred energy source that your body wants is carbohydrates. It's the preferred energy source for your brain, which is why a lot of people, when they cut a lot of carbs, they get headaches. It's the preferred energy source for your brain, but those carbohydrates are broken down into glucose, which is the preferred energy source for muscles. Now, if you don't eat enough carbohydrates, okay, your body will do something, and we're created in an incredible way. Your body will do what it needs to do to get carbs. So your body will break down muscle, organ tissue, muscle. It'll break down muscle. And through a long word called gluconeogenesis, you can look it up, but it's gluconeogenesis. It will turn protein, okay? It will turn muscle, protein, into carbs, into glucose, gluconeogenesis, new glucose. It will turn muscle into glucose and consume the carbs it needs in order to continue. Basically, that means your body will cannibalize itself. And let me ask you a question. If you had a choice and you could eat a plate full of fat or a plate full of meat, which would you prefer to eat? Our bodies are the same way. The preference is protein to build muscle, but if we don't give it enough carbs, it will break down those proteins and form carbs, which is our body's main choice and our body's desired source of energy. So don't cut your carbs. Eat the right carbs, but don't cut your carbs. Okay, number one. Number two, heavy weight, heavy workouts. That's going to give you a bigger engine. A bigger engine burns more fuel. If your body has a bigger engine, a stronger engine, like if you don't want to think of yourself as a big block engine, think of yourself as a Ferrari or a sports car. A stronger engine requires more fuel. If you burn more fuel, okay, on a consistent basis than you're taking in, you're going to lose weight. Again, this is Coach Scott with King Cat Fitness. You can hit me up on Facebook, look for me on Twitter. I'm hoping that you enjoyed this. You can go to my YouTube channel. If you have any questions or if you have something else that you'd like me to do a video on, make sure you shoot me an email or contact me on Facebook. I'd be glad to answer any questions that you have questions to. Answer any questions you have questions to. You know what I mean. You guys take care, and we'll talk to you next time.